Hello there, it's Thursday the 16th of June 2016, boys and girls. I'm actually recording this programme very early this morning. It's like 20 past 1 in the morning, and I've just got back from the quiz night. I've been back a while, actually. The reason I'm recording it now is because I was very peckish. Peckish, but I do like that word, peckish. I was very peckish when I came in from work tonight, because I won't lie to you, it was a bit of a rough quiz tonight. Bit of a rough quiz. There was the theatre round, which often actually is a bit of a problem. There was a couple of questions in there, and people didn't agree with the answers. Oh, and they were all shouting. You've never heard anything like it, dear. What a rabble. What sort of people did we have in there tonight? This is supposed to be a respectable establishment, dear. The King's Head Theatre Bar. God's sake, please behave. In fact, at one point, the theatre people in there were very upset because there was quite a lot of noise coming from the crowd. Dear me, noisy people. What's going on in there? So we had a bit of a rough night there. No, I wasn't down about it. I mean, it was just a bit of a rough night. Do you know what I mean? Not rough people, just a rough... Can't explain it, really. More difficult than usual. But nevertheless, I think it made me rather hungry, because when I got in, I got in about just after 12 o'clock, so it's now 20 past 1 in the morning. So after I got in, I thought, I fancy some spaghetti bolognese, because I've got two of those arrabetta, is it arrabetta sauces from Waitrose in the fridge, and I've been there a couple of weeks now. And you eat them, got to eat. Can't be throwing food away, dear. No. In fact, last week I had two items that were out of date. One was 4 days out of date. I think that was a mushroom and onion pie, and something else was 3 days out of date. And there was nothing wrong with them. I don't think you should throw away stuff just because the date's passed. You just peel back that little bit of a cellophane and have a little sniff under there and see if it's all right. And I would advise everything to be sniffed first, boys and girls. Whatever you're whatever you're about to eat, anything like that at all, first have a good sniff and see what it's like. And oh, it smells a little. Oh dear. No, I don't know about that. Have a good smell first. And if it's not smelling nice, I suggest you don't go anywhere near it. It could go for a whole heap of things. To use an Australian term, heap. We like the word heaps. To use an Australian term, that could go for a whole heap of different things, but particularly food. Have a good sniff first, and if it smells all right, go for it. If not, then walk away. That's what I say. Okay, so tonight I did myself a spaghetti bolognese with my wheat-free spaghetti, because I do have a bit of a wheat intolerance. I've got wheat-free spaghetti. And actually, wheat-free spaghetti or gluten-free spaghetti is actually very, I can't tell the difference, to be honest, between that and the normal wheat. And I've said this before, there's a few things that without the wheat don't seem to work. Bread. I tried some gluten-free bread, gluten-free rolls, several different makes, several different types. Bloody horrible. Oh, it was vile. You start chewing it and it kind of turns to powder in your mouth. Not nice at all. I do not advise you to try gluten-free bread. It's horrible stuff. However, the spaghetti's nice. The pasta's nice. And also I've had chocolate. I've had chocolate gluten-free biscuits. They're quite nice. Not cheap. Oh, I can't remember how much they are now. I think they're about £2 a packet. And it's not like, the McVitie's packet that's long, it's like this long. But they're okay, so you've got to pick and choose those things. And so that's what I've had tonight, some lovely spaghetti bolognese with a little bit of a scraping of, I say a scraping, what's that? Grated cheese on top. And I had that and I thought, well, I can't go to bed straight after that. So here I am, chatting away to you. Hello. And I hope you have a nice Thursday. Thursday already crossed. Another week goes on. It just surprises me how quickly these weeks go past now. It really does. You know, it's Thursday. Wow, it's Thursday again. I don't know. For some reason, Thursday, I see Thursday as a Sunday. I don't know why that is. But that means tonight I'll be DJing at the Two Brewers in Clapham. Claphams. Here comes Clapham. And I think, usually, I turn up there and I'm not very smart. Oh, are we going to sneeze? Oh, no tissues. Oh, yeah, tissues. Just a second. Just a second. Hello, oh, God. Oh, excuse me. And this show is now being played in a bar in New York. Yes, it is, but I'll come on to that. What was I about to tell you? Oh, I can't remember now. Oh, what was I about to tell you? Told you what I just had to dinner. Rough quiz. Oh, I can't remember what I was going to tell you now. Isn't that funny? I go from one thing to another. Not to worry. Yes, we're being played now on a bar in America. A friend of mine, Tim Hadley, runs a bar in America called The Frying Pan. Now, there is a website if you want to have a look at it, okay? www.fryingpan, all one word, FRYINGPAN, fryingpan.com. That's his little bar there. And he plays the shows there. And Americans are watching it and they are wondering if I am a real person or a robot. Am I one of the newfangled robots that are now appearing, boys and girls? I don't think we're far off. And I don't usually talk about this sort of thing on my programme. But there are going to be robots that will be able to perform, and this isn't far around the corner, certain things. I don't usually talk about that sort of thing on this programme because we like to keep it clean and family. But there are soon, it's got to be just around the corner, going to be robots that will be able to perform. Yes? Oh, yes, dear. Yes. And they were talking on the radio about this the other day. You know, obviously, they won't be on sale to people under a certain age. But don't you just know that at some point that younger people of this world will be able to get older one, you know what I mean? And they were saying on the radio that many, like teenagers, that could well be their very first experience with one of those robots. How awful. And it probably won't be one of their own either. You know, they would have found one somewhere, or God forbid, gone into mum and dad's room when they're out shopping. And that is just so wrong on so many counts. I'm sorry, it is. I mean, it puts a whole new meaning to the thing. Do you remember when you were as a child, perhaps? Maybe you used to just dress up in your mum and dad's clothes. Well, this is the same sort of thing. These things could be found. I think that's just around the corner, that robots. Yes, it is. Dreadful. We won't need to talk to anyone soon. You know, you'll just be laying there and, just push a button and this thing arrives. God, it's a hell of a lot easier than talking to people, isn't it? I've seen these poor young lads trying to chat up beautiful young ladies at work. I've seen it so many times. So many times. Early evening, and here's one for the old girls. Here's one for the older girls, right? Early in the evening, beautiful young ladies, lovely young lads coming into bars. The young lads start chatting up or trying to chat up the young girls who give them such a hard time. I've watched it with my own eyes. Oh, can I buy you a drink? He wants to buy me a drink. It's a bit like that. As the night goes on, the lads have a few more drinks. They try again, still being turned down. And gradually, they start talking to the older girls. And when I say older, I mean much older. Sort of my age. In their 50s. So you do sometimes see, and it's not unusual, nice young 19, 20-year-old lad, he's gone home with some 50-year-old dear. But they're not bothered. Won't have to worry about that anymore. Just push a button and a robot will appear by your side. How marvellous. See, there's still hope for some of us who can't still pull yet. Dreadful. And on that same subject as X, right? In the Daily Mail, and this is just horrific, absolutely horrific. Channel 5, might be Channel 5 or Channel 4, they are showing that dreadful programme once again, Big Brother. What a load of old rubbish. Anyway, according to this paper, this bloke, Marco Pierre Jr. Anyone? No? No, never heard of him. Don't know who it is. Anyway, he appeared to be regretting some of his actions in the Big Brother house with Laura Carter. No, never heard of her either. Who had X with him on Saturday night on the television. On the television, according from what I'm reading into this. I mean, is there any point anymore in having separate porn channels and things like that when it's just on Channel 5? I think it's dreadful. I really do. And people are watching this stuff, you know, they love it, don't they? They love it. Oh, yeah, go and watch that. It's not my cup of tea. It's not entertainment, dear. Turn over and put on Dad's Army. You'll have so much more fun watching Dad's Army than watching, what's his name? Marco Pierre Jr. and Laura Carter doing it. Please. Anyway, let's move that to the side now. We'll move that X to the side now and carry on with this programme. Because I have to say, at the weekend, I'm very, very... Look how we've moved from that on to the Queen. So I don't know how I've linked those two together. But do you think she's got one of those robots? The Queen? No, it doesn't matter. The Queen, did you see the wonderful outfits that the Queen was wearing at her birthday parties over the weekend? I don't know who's designing these things for her, but I thought they were bloody marvellous. They were really bright and vivid. One was pink and one was yellow. But they weren't just like pink. Have I got anything pink? Have I got anything pink here? No. Oh, the shirt. It wasn't really a pink like that. And the yellow... Oh, I've got one of those there. I've got one there. That's what I want to show you. The yellow wasn't really a yellow like on there, right? It looked like the same pink and the yellow as you would have on a highlighter pen. Did anyone put that together as when there is as well? So I must now look for a jacket that is of similar colour. I want a jacket that is that bright highlighter yellow colour or the bright highlighter pink colour that the Queen was wearing at a birthday party. I thought she looked fantastic. But did anyone else think the colours looked roughly like they were a highlighter pen? So that was the Queen on Saturdays and Sundays. Yesterday, the news yesterday looked like it had turned into some sort of new comedy programme. Did anyone see the BBC News yesterday in the afternoon? 2 stories, boys and girls. There were 2 stories on there. The first was on the River Thames, outside the Houses of Parliament, where there was a flotilla. What a wonderful word. Flotilla. Say it together. 1, 2, 3. A flotilla of boats outside the Houses of Parliament near Vauxhall Bridge on the Thames. Some supporting the Vote Out campaign. I'm one of those. And some supporting the Vote In campaign. You might be one of those. And, you know, generally, it doesn't bother me if you decide to vote in. That's fine by me. I don't hold that against you. What I do object is like when you tell people, who are you voting for? You say, oh, I'm voting out or I'm voting in. And then they verbally attack you. What's all that about? Why can't you just accept what other people vote? I've noticed this. Mainly, I have to say, with the left wing. Anyone left who suddenly thinks that someone's on the right wing, they verbally attack them big time. Whereas it doesn't seem to go the other way so much. Has anyone else noticed that? Anyone else notice? Or is it just me? No. I do notice that. People on the left, if they see someone who they think's on the right, then they do quite badly verbally or Facebook attack them. They Facebook attack them as well, right? Rather than just accepting their opinion. Whereas the people on the right do seem to just accept the people on the left. Well, that's fine if that's what you want to vote. You know, a little bit like that. Anyway, back to this story. So this flotilla on the boats, there were some people voting in, some people voting out. There were politicians on there, so-called important people, as well as ordinary people like you and me. And honestly, there were loads of boats, and some of them had megaphones, and they were shouting each other down, calling each other liars, and all this. And honestly, it was like watching it was the funniest thing ever, watching all this going on. And at some point, sometimes the boats were getting quite close together. I don't think anyone was physically attached. But for Christ's sake, it reminded me being in a school playground and chatting or shouting at the kids on the other side because that was one gang and you're in another gang. What is all that about? If that wasn't enough to laugh at, we then had the news story of Sir Philip Green. Now, Sir Philip Green, he used to own British Home Stores and he sold it for £1 to someone. Anyway, there's a big bit of a problem with the old pension pot at the moment. So Sir Philip Green has been questioned by a parliamentary committee. You can imagine what these sort of people are like, can't you? You know, very, very important. They sit there, and I've watched it, they're sitting there, old Philip Green, who's a multi-billionaire. Doesn't matter to him. Doesn't matter to him what's going to happen here. No one's going to throw him in prison. Doesn't matter. I don't suppose he even has to turn up. But there he was at the parliamentary committee, and all these very, very, very important people, they're all there with the glasses on like that, look, like that, you know. And they're talking to him like that. And I suppose it's quite a serious matter. And so they're questioning him in those bloody boring those monotone voices that people of importance have got. You know, they've got a lot of money and they're very, very important. But quite frankly, most of them come across as complete arseholes, to be honest. However, they're asking him these questions, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he says to one of them, "Will you stop looking at me like that?" "I beg your pardon, sir?" "Will you just stop looking at me like that? You're making me feel very uncomfortable. Stop looking at me like that." And the bloke didn't know what to say. It was hilarious. And then I think I heard him say, I'm not 100% sure, and he said, "And take your glasses off as well. You're making me feel very uncomfortable looking at me like that." I was howling. This was the news. I was howling in front of that programme. Not only that, but I only saw a bit of it. I've spotted in the Daily Mail today on that same parliamentary committee thing that they had going. So Philip Green pulled out a retro Nokia 6310 from his pocket during the hearing. He ain't got a smartphone. You can't believe that he would not have the absolute latest Apple gadget. From his pocket, he pulled out a retro Nokia 6310. Unbelievable. And the story in the Daily Mail, it says, a checkbook and a Nokia. He also had a checkbook. It goes on, he is one of the richest men in the country and known for living a lavish lifestyle, with a fleet of super yachts and a host of luxury properties to his name. But Sir Philip Green showed that he doesn't splash the cash on every aspect of his life, as he whipped out a retro Nokia 6310 during a key hearing. As the billionaire faced the panel about the sale of BHS to entrepreneur Mike Ashley, Sir Philip pulled out the low-tech grey phone, which enjoyed its heyday in the 2000s. Despite owning at least 3 multi-million-pound super yachts and holidaying in exotic locations, he seemed happy with his handset, which cannot receive emails or data. And the 64-year-old continued to show his love for outdated practices by holding up a checkbook while trying to fight back claims that someone had stopped the sale of BHS because of a personal grudge against sports director owner Ashley. I mean, is he just doing this for fun? I love it. I love it. Don't you love it when someone stands up to the institution like that and says, go on, get one. 2 fingers up to your lot again. So that's that. All right, let's do some birthdays. I can't believe 20 minutes has passed so quickly today. Just a couple of birthdays today, boys. I think it's 3 altogether. First of all, happy birthday to my good friend and DJ, super fit, Matt Horgan Unique. Happy birthday, sir. You are 20... 20... I don't know how old you are. I haven't looked. 28, 25, 28? 28. I reckon you're about 28 today. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday today to Brent Adams. Happy birthday, Brent. Brent Adams does radio stuff. I met him on a small island in the South Pacific it's about 6 years ago now, isn't it? About 6 years. The most beautiful place in the world, Norfolk Island in the South Pacific. That's where Brent's from. I think he's in the UK at the moment. All right, so happy birthday to Brent. And happy birthday today to... Oh, is that it? Might have just been 2 today. Brent, have I missed one out somewhere? Let me have a look. No, I think that's it. They're the only ones I recognise on there. Sometimes, I might not recognise you because if I haven't seen you for a long time or spoken to you for a long time, then I might not do your birthday. And I apologise for that. But if I do, it means you haven't, I just haven't recognised you. Just pop off an email to me and I'll do it on the next show, okay? So happy birthday, everyone. Here it comes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear. Oh, hang on. Matt and Brent. Happy birthday to you. Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once here. Happy birthday, you two. All right, hope you have a wonderful day. Just finally today, some messages from the show yesterday, which I've gone past the... Have I gone wrong past the wrong... I think I've gone past the page. Oh, there we go. Messages. Thank you very much to Ray Reynolds, who sends in the jingle for Ray L. Brooke Toplin, the shirt you don't iron. Because that was one of the, from the 50s, one of the shirts. You can buy shirts that you don't have to iron, don't you? I have a lady, she irons my shirts. She don't charge me much either. 15 quid for about... Blimey, I think about £1 a shirt or something silly like that, so which is quite handy. Hello to Tony Power, who says, hi, Chris, hope all is well. Yes, all is well, thank you. Thank you to Kiki D, who jumped in prematurely with the potato. Chris, do try and keep up with this, Kiki D. And she says, don't forget to vote on the 23rd before the concert. Yes, indeed. Whatever way you're going to vote, then please vote on June the 23rd. It's just 1 week away now. Decide whether you want to go in or out of Europe. Okay, boys and girls? And, of course, hello to Tom. Hello to Tim. Tim Hadley, who plays us in his bar there. Hello to Tim and everyone else there. That's it today. Have a lovely Thursday, boys and girls. And I'll see you again soon. All right? Cheerio now.